All right, we are live this week with the playtest of the upcoming game against the Darkmaster. Thank you for joining us. We have one of the Darkmasters in the chat, so thank you for making it. I wasn't sure any of you were going to be able to join us, but I'm glad to see one of you have. We're doing, I can't remember the name of this quest, but this is part one of the playtest that is available on their website, which I will be linking in the descriptions once I put this up on YouTube and everything, so everybody else can go out there and try this very cool game. This is The Beast of Willow Lake is what we're playing today. The introductory adventure for 4 to 6 players. So, with that, I'm going to have my guys go ahead and introduce which character they're playing as today and a little bit about them, and then we're going to just jump right into this. Who should I voluntold? Let's do.
I can go.
All right, you're up.
Yeah. All right. So I will be playing Tobalt, the fairy mistletoe. He's a halfling. He was pretty quick-witted as a youth and used to get into trouble all the time. His father was a sheriff in the town he was born in, so his father started taking him to work with him, kind of showing him the tricks of the trade, and also wanting to keep an eye on him because he would always get in trouble. He is going to the lake. I think it's called
Willow Lake.
Willow Lake. Willow Lake, because his dearest cousin Mirabella sent him a letter that someone's been stealing her sheep, and no one is doing anything about it there. So he's on the way there to investigate it.
Sounds like a lazy warden, if you ask me.
Could be. So he's on the way with his friend and companion, Weasel, which is a ferret, to investigate. And the reason that he has a ferret as a pet, his parents gave it to him to remind him of how he was weaseling and kind of ferreting into trouble and stuff like that.
Very good. Thank you. Who wants to jump in there next?
I'll go.
Okay.
Who is it? Me then?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I am going to be playing Gandrel, Windblade. I am the elf son of a Sorry, I'm just reading it again.
It's okay.
I am the elf son of a academic who did not want to follow in his father's footsteps and ended up going and becoming a warrior, patrolling the forest to help protect their town and village and help safely escort villagers around the more dangerous areas. I have a history of working with some of my father's friends and am interested in this land, as I suspect that it used to be a elf settlement well before it was a human one, and want to find out as much as I can about it.
Very good. Very good. All right, that leaves two.
I'll go next, I guess. So I'm playing Athelstan the Black, young warrior human. Comes from nobility, but had a bit of a falling out with his family. So he thought he should be the one to be the heir, and was told basically it takes more than brawn and physical prowess to lead. So he decided to strike off on his own, almost got himself killed, and his brother had to stand in, and now there's strife between two noble houses because of such. So he left to the city of Nine Kingdoms and the city of White Walls, or the capital of the Nine Kingdoms, city of White Walls, to become a city guard and teach himself temperance. And that's where he kind of fell in love with Morning, an apprentice wizard, but I don't think she quite feels the same for him.
It's not reciprocal.
Maybe she does. Who knows?
Which leads us to Morning.
Morning is a humankin born in the city of the White Walls. She is the illegitimate child of a nobleman and one of his courtesans, and he forbade her from court. So she was starving in the streets, and ended up her mother ended up living with Uncle Nevin, the nobleman's unconventional uncle. where she quickly became adept at learning what he was doing in magic and whatnot, and she would take walks along the city, and that's where she met Athelstain. And one day she got a letter from her uncle that there was some strange happenings in Willow Lake, and he sent her directions to get there.
Very good. And that's where we're going to start, is in Willow Lake. The name of the region and the village that you're starting in. Though the body of water is not really a lake. But nonetheless. So, you guys are all staying at the Twin Trout Inn. And that's where you guys have been partied and venturing together. You all know each other. You're aware of one another. Oh, sorry, the Dancing Trout. I call it Twin Trout. The Dancing Trout Inn. You've been here for, I'd say, a couple days. And so, Mornine, you were here to meet with Nevin, who is nowhere to be seen in town currently. He does have a tower here, a residence, but he doesn't seem to be at home. And the residents haven't seen him. They said he disappeared a couple days ago with no warning or word. And Tobold, you haven't made contact with your cousin just yet. They have a farm just south of Willow Lake. You guys have just kind of been sizing up the land, getting a good feel and idea of what's been going on here. So
Okay.
you guys go ahead. Did I hear someone gonna say something?
Nope,
No?
just okay.
Okay. So you guys are just taking stock. So you guys are at the Dancing Trout. And you guys, it's early morning. You guys are starting your day. You're down in the eating common area, having your breakfast. When all of a sudden, the morning meal is broken up by screaming and wailing coming from outside. You hear a woman sobbing and yelling in distress. My husband, he's disappeared. It's the beast from the lake. It's taken him. And you can hear like a crowd gathering outside, and you can hear this woman screaming as she makes her way through the village. And she passes by the inn and continues on. As she passes the window of the inn, Tobold, you see that it's actually your cousin, Bella, who is in distress and screaming and wailing. My husband, Archie, he's missing.
What? Bella, is that you? So
She's-
I run out the door and start chasing after her, and I have my
She's-
sling out.
Okay, yeah, she's so caught up. She's just completely distraught, and she's making her way to what appears to be the center of town, to the longhouse, where Wolfric lives. He's the one who oversees this village. So she's running through the streets, just wailing and screaming. He's gone. This isn't like him. He's been gone for days.
Yeah, you sure it wasn't a fight between you two?
I'll show you a picture of Mirabella, your cousin Bella,
Yep, that's her.
and people are coming out of their houses, and they're like, "Oh, what's wrong? It's the beast! It's the beast of Willow Lake! It's taken another!" And there's like this crowd mentality that's building around her, screaming and shouting out that he's been taken and that he's missing, and it's the beast, and everybody's joining in, and they're all making their way to the center of town, to the longhouse, and the crowd is gathered there, and they're all screaming and shouting. You hear them out crying out for Wolfric, we demand that you do something about this beast. First he killed our warden, or it killed our warden. Now Bella's husband. Our livestock are also at risk. Do something. And after a few moments of screaming and shouting and the crowd rallying one another and building each other up, the doors to the longhouse open, and you see 6 well-dressed, well-armed guards stride out, and behind them is who you can only presume is Wolfric, who looks after this town. I'll show you a picture of him.
All right. This is the lad who will get something done.
Dun,
So
dun, dun.
he comes out. He's an athletic young man with magnetic eyes and a proud bearing, and he steps out and he holds his hands up to the crowd. Oh, calm down. What is happening? What is going on here? And you hear the crowd shouting, the beast has struck again. It's taken Archie. And Bella pushes her way to the front of the crowd, and she's sobbing and pleading. She goes, my husband, he left hunting a few days ago. He was tracking some deer, and he hasn't come back, and it isn't like him. If he lost his quarrel, he would come back home. He's no hunter, he's a farmer. He knows better. And Wulfric, settle, child, settle. What? How do you know? Are you positive that he is gone? What proof? What proof? How do you know that he is not still tracking his deer? And again she pleads, it's not like him. You know Archie. You know he wouldn't have just disappeared for days on end like this. And the crowd starts joining in and yammering and screaming, do something, the beast! He's taken our Thane. Now he's taken our livestock, and it's taken her husband. And Wulfric holds his hands up over the crowd to kind of quiet them, and he scans the crowd and goes, all right. You want me to send my men out there to search for this beast? Well, what if this beast takes my men? Then what? Then who's going to protect Willow Lake? Surely there are those among you here in the crowd who would be willing to go out and investigate further. Search out for this woman's husband.
Well, isn't it your job to do this?
He starts scanning the crowd. Who speaks? Who speaks out of turn? What? My
I kind of
job?
I step back a little bit.
My job? As Thane, it is my job to look after these people. It is not my job to go out there and hunt monsters.
But the monster's hunting us.
He puts his hand down in his palms and he starts to shake, and you can tell he's distressed. He goes, Please. I need help. Anybody, brave adventurers, anyone out there, if you're willing to take on this task of searching out the beast of Willow Lake, I will name you the new warden or wardens of Willow Lake yourselves. And all the amenities that come with that title will be yours.
Tobal looks around to see if anybody else is going to step
Are all our
forward.
characters here?
Yeah, all
Yeah,
your
I think
characters are. Yeah, we'll say you've all filed out of the tavern.
I'll do it, Lord. If no one else will, I'll do it myself.
When he says that, I'll go forward. Oh, yes. When he sees someone a little stronger, he's like, oh, yeah, for my dearest cousin, I'll go.
2 volunteers. Who? I don't.
Aethelstein, you can't go by yourself. I'll come with to guide you with my wisdom and knowledge.
It would be safer for you to be here, man.
Oh, I must get out of the world. I have a feeling that my uncle is out there as well.
Well, Morning, if you're going, I'll do my best to protect you.
Your uncle.
Tobal's visibly smiling now.
Visibly.
Yeah.
He's worked the
because,
crowd.
worked the crowd.
He's done his job well. He goes, oh, step forward. Who is this group? I don't recognize you as Thane. You're not of my village.
I'm Athelstan the Black. Well met, Lord.
Oh. And you, and he points to Tobald, Bella's your cousin?
Yes, she is, and I have experience as a undersheriff in my hometown, and this here is Weasel.
Very
He's
good.
not a weasel; he's a ferret, but I call him.
Oh, that should come in very, very handy tracking this beast through the woods.
He's not that good, but okay.
Very
Don't
good.
tell him I said.
Very good. Well, then I suggest you you speak with your cousin and perhaps ask around town. As was mentioned, the previous warden went missing a few weeks back, and it is also believed that this beast of Willow Lake is responsible, as well as the farmers have had their livestock snatched up and stolen away.
Yeah, my cousin's sheep.
Yes, and others. You can have free room and board while you are here at the
And drink and food, right?
At the Dancing Trout. Yes, and food and drink.
Love a second breakfast.
Very good, very good. Well, I will not keep you. And you can see the crowd. They're all like gathering around you and looking at you, and like, you guys are. Some of you are wearing like adventurers gear. These are villagers, so they're kind of like touching your gear and just like in awe and shock. And they don't see true adventurers like this here too often. Their warden is usually the one who looks after them, and that's the most they see for heroic types. So with that, the Thane raises his hands and says, "So it shall be. You find and track down this beast, and you will be the new wardens of Willow Lake." And with that, he turns around and he goes back into his longhouse, and the guards with him, and the large doors close behind them. And the villagers are all kind of gathered around you, and they're all chatting and talking amongst one another. And Bella runs over to you, Tobold. She goes, "Oh, cousin, you're here. How long have you been here?"
I haven't been in town too long. I just went to the tavern to refresh myself before I came to visit you.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I just wish it was a little sooner. Archie, I'm afraid. I'm so worried. I think he's gone. I think he was taken by this beast.
I came to save sheep, but I will save your man.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, cousin. Like you said, our sheep have been taken, but I don't know if it was the same thing that took Archie, but yeah, do what you must to find him. I and you see her visibly shaken and distressed. Even if it's not the news I want to hear, please come back with the fate of my husband.
Okay, I'll do my best. And it's my best.
Marnine will look down and ask Bella, "What signs does the beast leave behind? Is there tracks? How do you know it's just one creature? Is it more?"
There have been rumors of tracks, large tracks. We did see a few of them around our farm when our sheep were taken. Large, human-esque kind of tracks. Too big for a man.
Bigger than a man.
Much bigger than a man.
That's big.
Well, I'm gonna go back home in case Archie returns. I don't want to miss him. If you need anything, don't hesitate to stop by the farm.
Okay.
But like Wolfric said, you may want to ask around to get some information of what's been going on around here.
Before you go, do you know which direction Archie went off in?
Up to the north. He went up towards the to the lake itself. That's where he was tracking the deer.
Is that the same as the last warden?
I don't know too much about the last warden and what happened with him. His name was Yeoman, and he went missing a few weeks back. He was a good man, a quiet man, but he did a very good job of looking after us.
Okay.
We should probably go find out what this guy was doing when he disappeared.
And why my uncle isn't here?
Oh, who's your uncle?
Nevin.
Oh,
It's a human.
Yes.
From the White City.
Yeah, the old man. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. He's here from time to time. He has a tower here in town, a residence, but we don't see him all too often.
Oh, he has a tower. I didn't even know.
What I'll do is I will. So with that, she takes her leave, and she returns to her farm. There is a map of the town of Willow Lake. So that will give you an idea of some of the places you can go to and kind of ask around. So you've got the Dancing Trout Inn there. That's where you have been staying. There's an innkeeper there by the name of Niall, and he seems to be a very jolly man and might be a source of information. There's also Eileen. House up in the northwest, and she is the herb wife of the village. You have Wolfric's longhouse there, Nevin's tower over to the east, and there's also Aemon's house there in the bottom left-hand corner, the former warden, and then there's farms around the town.
And what time is it?
It's early morning.
Right. Well, I say we can't set out on an empty stomach.
You were in the middle of breakfast, yeah.
Yep, and there's nothing wrong with a second breakfast. That's on my character sheet. So I keep emphasizing that.
That's why you keep saying it?
Yes. I don't know if I get some kind of mechanical bonus or not. I haven't went through all the rules.
Give yourself a penny. No.
Nice. Nice. Which won't work in this game.
A fortune point, because we've been playing so much Zweihander.
Yes. So I say we go and take advantage of the thing's goodwill and get ourselves a second breakfast before we head out.
Back to the Dancing Trout.
The investigation.
Might be a good place to organize a game plan.
That too.
Collect more rumors.
Oh yeah, that too. Both. Yep, that's a good idea. I was thinking the same thing.
All right, so you guys head back to the Dancing Trout, and people are mulling around the streets. You head back, and it's just like a buzz with rumors. You just hear kind of like a hushed whisper, and everybody, as you pass by, people are like pointing and looking at you, and as you turn and make eye contact, they look away, and they're all just kind of like whispering to one another. You're the talk of the town, but you guys make your way back to the Dancing Trout, and Niall, the innkeeper, who you've met previously, he's a portly man with a thick beard and incredibly bushy eyebrows, is making his way in a hurry around the inn. Here's a picture of him. Get an idea of what he looks like. He's making his way around, and he's serving customers, and he's all in a hustle bustle. He had left also and made his way there, and he was one of the first to leave and rush back to his inn to start tending to it. Oh, you're back! Oh, the adventurers, the ones who are gonna slay the beast. Oh, what can I do for you?
First thing is we're famished, and we would like a breakfast.
Oh, okay, yes, right away.
Okay, second, and this is courtesy of the Thane, also, so we don't have to pay.
Oh, okay.
So, bill him, please.
Yes, okay. Wolfric is covering this. All right.
And these gentlemen have some questions also, as my cousin's husband has disappeared, and there's rumor that there's a beast that is collecting farm animals and possibly collected him.
Okay.
You know anything about that?
The beast?
Yes.
Well, the beast. Well, let's see. My grandmother told me of a beast in the lake. She told me stories about that. Back then,
we're not looking for wild tales. We're looking for hard proof. I am an undersheriff.
Hmm. Okay.
Of the bailiwick.
Well, you asked about the beast. This is what I know about my grandmother. Just tell me, you make sacrifices to the beast once a year.
Oh,
Not humans. We're not savages. Just a lamb or something of the such. But anyway,
that you've been making sacrifices to some beast?
to appease it.
I nudge one of the guys that's with me. This may be our man.
Hey, I'm just saying, Eamon, that poor halfling, he disappeared around the lake, didn't he? I'm just
I don't-
saying,
he was following-
it's not a coincidence.
Okay. All right. Just get.
Did you know what Eamon was doing up at the lake?
No, he's the warden. He knows. He looks after us. He watches these woods. He keeps the bad things out. He ensures the Darkmaster's minions stay far away.
As we were saying, the bailiwick, suspicious.
Apart from the
Hero.
beast, anything weird been going on in town?
Let me see. Well, last week a couple of weird fellers stopped by for a drink. Northerners, from their accent, I'd say. I've never seen them around here before, and they seem to know their way around town. There was something shady about them, but I can't really tell what it was. They didn't talk to anybody, just quaffed their ale, and they were off.
A small town found outsiders shady. That's strange.
Yeah, come to think of it, you're outsiders yourselves, and you're all a strange bunch.
Yeah.
Hell.
All right.
You, and he points to Mornine. I'm not saying it correctly.
I don't think any of us have.
He goes,
Call him Morty. Morty.
More nine.
You mentioned the last couple days you were here to see Nevin, or you're related to Nevin, didn't you?
He is my adopted uncle. Yes, I'm looking for him. He sent me a letter to meet him here.
Right. Old fella, very tall, long beard. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been in town quite a few times in the past. I think he even bought the old tower near the East Gate, to be quite honest. Yeah, now that I think of it, the last time I saw him was about 2 weeks ago, just before Eamon disappeared. I haven't seen him since. He seems to have vanished without a trace. Maybe the beast took him as well, your poor uncle.
Oh, I hope not.
He is an old man, so.
What is this beast supposed to be like? Is it a big pig?
This sounds blown way out of proportion to me.
Yeah. Is it a giant pig? Is it a wolf? Some type of four-legged bird? What is it?
No one really knows. There's
Can
plenty of
anyone
rumors,
describe it?
Plenty of rumors. Some say it has 6 tentacles and walks from the land to the sea. Others say it has giant feet. People claim there's footprints left at their farm when their livestock goes missing. But I think it may fly, to be quite honest.
Kind of wishing it was a giant side of ham. What do you think, guys? Should we go check out Nevin's tower and then Edam's house?
After we get that second breakfast?
Oh, yes, second breakfast. I'll be right back. And he hurries off and goes to the back. He comes back shortly after that with some plates full of beans and sausage and some biscuits on there and throws them down in front of you. As he comes back, oh, you know, there was one other thing I forgot to tell you. You know, you were asking about Eamon. You might want to check with his friend, Padraig. He didn't have too many friends, Eamon, but Padraig those two were thick as thieves, and he often helped him in patrolling the woods. And he has a pair of hunting dogs. He does. They look nasty, but they're actually afraid of their own shadow, I hear. If you're looking for information about Eamon, why don't you stop by and check on him?
Where might we find him?
He lives in a shack near the saw house. You can find him there. There's
Thanks.
Yeah. No, of course. There's also rumors that Eileen, the herb wife, and Eamon had something going on, a relationship. Yeah, you might want to talk to her.
Eileen, huh?
Yeah.
She got one leg?
I see what you did there, my little friend.
All right, guys, what's the order? We want to go see these people in. Want to go off to Nevin's tower first? I wouldn't mind seeing if he has any more information about who used to live in this area while we're...
Sounds
If
good
he's
as any.
home,
Yeah.
we could start there.
Nevin's tower. All right.
After
Sorry.
that, we'll work our way over to Eileen's.
Come on, Eileen. All right. Sorry. So you guys were there for about, I'd say, an hour, eating your second breakfast, chatting with the tavern owner, bushy eyebrows man, and
Is
you
there
make
anyone else in there besides the owner and us?
there are others. There's some other guests, and there are some locals that have come there to eat their breakfast for the morning.
Hmm?
Could we hear them talking about anything other than just the regular goings-on of the town? Any rumors that we can overhear?
Yeah. Yeah, there's people, they're chatting, they're talking about the Thane, Wulfric. People are singing his praises, how great he is. Oh, he didn't sacrifice his men. He found these brave outsiders to go out there and go slay the beast, and he's always looking out for them. They're building him up. One person tells a story about how last year the sawmill axle got stuck and no one was able to do anything, and Thane Wulfric himself marched up there by himself to the sawmill and fixed it. He went in and fixed it all by himself, and just like that, nobody knows how they did it. And just singing his praises, people seem to love him as a Thane.
I'm going to roll Song and Tale.
Okay.
Because that represents the character's knowledge of folklore, the history and myths and legends of a specific region.
Oh, yeah, go on. Partial success. So you uncovered that Wulfric was the warden in the area before Eamon, but was granted the title of Thane for the village by the people.
Okay. I share this with my new comrades.
Yeah. You find out the people you know that he's quite learned in ancient traditions, and he's very wise for being such a young man.
Okay. I just want to say I did the first roll. And this is
Good job.
Boom! You get a no prize.
partial success. Would have been awesome if it was awesome.
Yeah. Partial success. So you learned a little bit. So
Yes.
Thane was once the warden of Willow Lake.
Okay, so I guess we're still on the way to Neiman's.
All right, head on over to Nevin's Tower. So yeah, you guys make your way through town, and things seem to have settled down. People are going on about their regular routines now at this point, and it's not such the big news and deal that it once was. But you are in a small town, so people can't help but gossip and such when they see you. You even have a small child walks up to you, Tobald, and says, "Can I have your ferret when you die?"
This ferret probably will eat your eyes out, so get away from me.
Ah! It quivers and Mom!
He's a vicious sort. I laugh.
So with that, you guys make your way to Nevin's Tower. So looks like it's an old watchtower as you guys get closer. It's a 3-story building. And it's dilapidated. It looks like it's been abandoned for quite some time and fallen into disrepair. It's you can tell that Nevin must have remodeled it a little bit, at least the base floor, and kind of made it a little bit more structurally sound. But it isn't the prettiest looking. You guys get to the door and you try to open it, but it's locked.
I think this place is safe, guys. Look at it.
I'm sure it's safe. It's probably just camouflaged away. Keep people away because they think it's falling apart.
Okay, well, you knock on the door first. See if it falls on top of you.
I'll knock on the door.
Yeah. You
Uncle!
You start knocking on the door and you show to an uncle. You notice that all the shutters are closed on the windows, and you sit there for a few moments and there's no answer. People who are nearby and walking by just kind of like look at you and shuffle along.
All right, guys.
Was there just the one door?
There's
A
just the
ground
one
level?
door. Yeah.
Okay.
Stand back and stand around me so these looky-loos don't see what I'm doing.
Sure. There's one. There's one
Oh,
door.
yeah.
Critical
Yeah, look at
failure. Oh. What were you using? Your lockpicks or something?
Yeah,
Roll it again. See
Yeah,
how
roll-
far it goes.
There are now 2 locks on the door.
yeah. Do I have lockpicks? Let me see. Yes, I do.
All right. Yeah. Roll again. Critical failure. We got to add those.
If you actually roll on, that's a button. Critical full roll again is actually a button. That one should work.
Now I got to
Okay,
go
so
find
roll
my
a
critical
critical.
fumble table here. That's just for text, I think. Let's see.
Dang it, I failed. Partial success and a fail tonight.
Keep it. Oh, you roll.
Can you roll that again?
Because a 1 to 5 is a failure.
Yeah.
Critical failure. So roll.
Oh,
again.
I need to roll
Click-
again? Roll
click-
again.
Well, see in chat, there's a critical failure roll again is actually a button, and
Oh,
you're,
that is a button. Oh, awesome.
you're
Oh, I
prompted
see
to
it.
type in the previous result of 41.
Oh, nice. Look at that.
Look at this. I should mention also on the stream, Wes, who's playing Mornin, built this character sheet, this awesome character sheet. Let me make sure that it's showing the rolls and all that in the window.
Oh,
Now
that
it
is sick.
He
Okay,
built
that
these
is
character sheets. They're amazingly functional. They like take into account all sorts of things and do the math and hard work for me, so I don't have to be looking up a ton of stuff.
For me.
or the players. So I think he's going to make them available publicly at a later date, or share them with the
Yeah,
devs
there's still
who
some
can then
tweaks that
distribute
need to
them.
be made.
But they're awesome. These things are so good. He's been working on this for weeks, months. I think it's probably been months. Hasn't
Years.
it, Wes?
Probably up to months now. A couple hours here, a couple hours there. But yeah, critical failure, that doesn't look good.
Critical
No.
failure. I don't see any character. You know what? I'm gonna put the character sheet up on the screen. I'm just gonna show it off here in
That's fine.
the chat because they're saying I don't see them. So I don't know how well it's coming across, but
What do you think? Take twice the time normally required?
Yeah, I like that. I
Wes
like
made
that.
this. He made the macro buttons. We got our equipment tabs. It does all of the work for you. Grimoires. He's built in the
Critical
tables.
tables. Look at the table.
The tables
These-
based off the weapons that you're using. It's a work in progress, but is amazing. This guy has done a ton of work. So he deserves the shout. I should have said that right off the bat. Sorry, Wes.
No, it's fine.
So
I posted up the Roll20 eventually. My name's on it, so
Oops, I'm trying to get the rolls
Do
on
I-
there.
do I get to choose?
That's what she said. Yeah, sorry. Let's get back to our critical fumble table. I'm just looking for it here. Maybe
It's right there.
if Nick's still in chat. It's right there?
I don't know. Is there
Yes.
for? It's
He
in.
posted it. It's in the
I think it's
chat.
I think it's just for attacking the critical fumble. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
for attacks, right?
All right.
This is for you. You get to make up some stuff though, like
So Wes did this for me. Don't get what you're trying to obtain, and you put yourself in danger. Break of heat. Well, obviously, I was gonna make your lockpicks break.
Or it could take twice as long.
No, you failed. You critically failed.
That's
you
one of
critically
the
failed, but
options.
you still get what you wanted to set out to do. No, my friend. Yeah, your lockpicks snap in the lock.
Dang it. And where am I going to get another set of these?
it's a good thing we're still in town.
Yes. You also notice there's
Too bad we're not in Scrim.
Yeah. Just steal everything. So you also notice that there is one open window up at the top, near the top of the tower, up on the 3rd floor. That seems to be the only open window here.
Throw something in. I'll throw the broken lockpicks up there and see if it attacks.
I don't think you're going to be able to throw your lockpicks 3 stories up and through a window. You could try.
See if it attracts
Watch
somebody.
you critically
Like that.
fail and hit a townsperson.
Poke myself in the eye.
I'm in.
You're scaling the wall?
Nice.
Are you really?
Yep, I'm going for it.
I mean,
Okay.
you might make the roll more difficult than standard. There's ways to make the rolls more difficult.
Because you got what's that? The assist bonus a +10 from? Is that based off your skills or?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
so-
based on,
so-
it's just on my character sheet.
Yeah, so if you were actually rolling to assist someone, that would be your result for assisting them, separated out at the bottom. And then, so to make the rolls more difficult, put the roll modifiers on the character sheet, underneath the image of against the Darkmaster.
Yep.
The skill roll modifiers there, so you can make them harder, then add in the assist bonus when they're actually making their assist or their roll.
Get out of here! Look at this. This is really well designed.
Yep. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I was gonna say I'm sorry. It's the Canadian in me coming out and apologizing for you doing something really well. I'm so sorry, Wes. It's amazing.
So sorry you did that.
Yeah.
Me too sometimes. Me too.
All right, so you start scaling the wall, Grendel. And as you're doing so, you can hear people kind of like, hey, what's he doing? What are they doing at Nevin's Tower? And
He's my uncle. I'm trying to locate him. It'll be okay.
people start pointing and kind of like shouting out, like, what are they doing? Why are they going in
Throwing
there?
tomatoes.
Yeah. And they start, guards. What are they? They're breaking into Nevin's Tower.
I'm ignoring it and just climbing.
Sure, yeah, that's fine. So there's a crowd gathering around Nevin's Tower for the rest of you, and Gandrel, you've climbed your way up there, so you make your way into this room. It's a smallish room up on the 3rd floor, and inside you find several maps of the area spread across a large wooden table, and a small desk with an ink and paper near the window. If you yeah, that's
I'm not-
that's a few
I'm not
books
gonna
placed on
really-
shelves on the walls and things like that, but there's nothing really stands out.
With a giant pile of people crowding around outside, I'm not really waiting. I'm going straight down to the door to open.
Yeah, that's the thing. You go to open this door, and it won't open. You turn the lock, you go to push it, and it seems like there's something else going on here.
Perfect. I'm going to go to the window and yell, "Hey guys, the door out of this room is locked as well."
You think you might be able to break it down, but otherwise, yeah, it seems to be sealed by some other means.
Okay, well, let's try and break it down then.
Okay, all right. You've already broke into the place, so why not just?
Yeah, I've already climbed through a window.
It's all right. You've got his niece here, so it's all okay.
Who needs enemies with a friend like
And-
Andrew?
And he knows me, so it'll be fine.
Did you want? Okay. Yeah.
It's a good thing there's no warden in this town.
Yeah, it's a good thing he disappeared 2 weeks ago. But the town guards might have something to say about this. So, what are you gonna do? You want to try to, I don't know, smash this thing with your? What do you have, a sword or something? What do you got for a weapon?
You know what? I'm going to call out the window and say,
Use your
"Hey,
blade.
the room is locked. I can probably knock the door down. What do you guys think I should do here?"
Well, don't use lockpicks on these doors. They eat them.
No answers from you guys other
Just
than
that?
that.
That's what I
Just
yelled
Total
up.
telling you not to.
I don't think we should be busting up my uncle's stuff.
That's fair. Do you want me to just
He's
come down?
probably, yeah, you might as well. He's probably locked it so people can't get into it.
Did you want?
Then
to
why do you leave this window open?
Did you want to search the room or anything while you're up here? Or are you just gonna?
Yeah,
I'll
go
look
back
at the
down?
map.
I'll
or
take a
something.
look. I'll take a look around, see if there's maybe a rope that'll make getting down easier as well.
As you do that, I pull a rope out my pack. Yeah, you could have used this.
Yeah, start searching around. You don't see any rope in here. Go ahead. You can make me a very hard search to see if you uncover anything. So it's at a minus 30. We'll do.
How do I make that adjustment? What was the way to?
We're gonna do a perception check. And yeah, Wes, how do you?
So on the front page against the Darkmaster, there's an image there against the Darkmaster. There's a little button underneath that says roll modifiers. It's kind of disguised.
I see it. So I click very hard first.
Yep. And then when you use your perception skill, that will be calculated into your roll.
Oh,
Matt's love in life.
You click that button down there. See where it says critical failure. Roll again. Click that. So you're rummaging around the room, looking for rope or anything before you can leave, and you are moving things around, and you start pushing the desk away from the wall, and you pick up the papers in the inkwell, and you end up taking them and spilling them all over the maps that are on the large table in the middle of the room.
Oh, you bastard!
Oh no!
And you're like, oh, now you really want to get out of there. Don't tell Mornin. Don't tell Mornin.
Oh, great.
Don't tell Mornin.
There's no ink on me, right?
Nobody
I'm
knows you did it.
This is
I'm
great.
3 floors up and they couldn't hear anything, right?
No,
and this
they
ink's
didn't hear
drying
it.
quick.
Maybe you're just going, oh crap. Is everything okay up there?
It's just a little ink. It's still good. It's still good.
Yeah, you start rubbing it to make it go away, and your hands are black.
I try and separate any chunk of paper I haven't ruined away from the ones I have.
It's just spreading. There's a full
Ah,
well.
great.
It's on the floor. It's on every map.
I think I'm just gonna
caught
leave. This is not
red-handed.
going well.
I see what you did there, Yona.
Back.
He asked if the ink could be red, so you could be caught red-handed. All right, so yeah, it's not going well. You probably think it's a good time to just cut and run.
Yep. Am I going to go out the window or through the door? Yeah, I'm going out.
You're going out the window or the door?
I'm going out the window.
Okay. So go ahead and make me an acrobatics check again.
Uh-oh. With all these critical fails?
And this is the short story of Gandrel Windblade.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the next pre-gen you're gonna use?
Yeah.
Do you want me to change my challenge here from incredibly difficult?
Yeah. Just make it base difficulty again. What a 0 or whatever the base is.
Normal or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if that helps on
Standard.
crits. Crit failures.
Partial success. Most of he makes it down.
Complication.
Oh yeah, twisted ankle.
Oh wow, this is too much fun. He's already got some bruised ego coming out of this. Yeah, so you make it down. You get to the bottom, but as you do, there's 2 guards waiting for you with long spears. And they grab you as soon as you get down. What is going on here? Why are you breaking into Nevin's house?
We're not breaking into anything. We have permission from the Thane to use any means necessary to investigate the disappearance of people and sheep.
Not by
And
breaking
Nevin
the law.
himself, he is my uncle.
I did
First
roll
of all, Nevin is a dear friend of mine. Secondly, I am currently accompanying his niece to help him find the man.
So, first off, the Tobal, they're like, you were not granted the ability to break the law in your quest to kill the monster.
we are the law right now.
Mornine, do you have a letter or anything like that from your uncle, Nevin? Or how did he
I do have a
send-
letter from my uncle
So you produced that.
telling me to meet him here.
I do as well.
Both of you do, or? Oh yeah, you're like his. Yeah. You're his friend or whatever, aren't you? No.
I
Yeah,
am.
he's like
I have
friends
a
with
letter
my
from him.
uncle.
Okay. All right. Yes, in your backstory, there was another tie. So you guys both produce your letters, and they go, yeah. All right, this checks out, but no more breaking into people's houses. If they're not home, they're not home. You just check back tomorrow.
That's how.
Okay, can you point us to Eamon's house? Or
Yeah,
we're going
yeah,
to
it's-
Eileen's?
It's over by the west gate. You can head over. What do you want with Eamon's house? He disappeared weeks ago.
Is there no one else in his family that's home that we could talk to?
No, he was a single man.
Oh, I guess we'll head to Eileen's house then.
All right.
I should have just gone through that bloody door.
That was
could
too
have.
good. That was too good. I love it. Thank you. Wow. I love the dice. Yeah, so you guys make your way through town, accompanied by the guards, because they're heading back to the longhouse. So they're kind of walking with you to Eileen's house, and they're also trying to ensure that you stay out of trouble on your way there. After the after the little incident that just played out. But
Nobody knows about that, and nobody's going up there. So the ink will be dry, and I'm good.
It's true. You're the only one that knows what happened up there. So you guys, it's easy to spot Eileen's house. As I said earlier, she is an herbalist for the village, and can be easily recognized by the green painted shutters and the small, well-tended garden on the back side of the house. You actually, as you're coming up in the house, you find her tending to the garden, working away at it. I have an image here of her. Oh, how about I show to you guys first, and then I'll click it. So there's Eileen.
That's a
the
cool
herb
picture.
wife.
She has 2 legs.
She everything you
Maybe
could get
one's
so
shorter
far
than
has
the other.
2 legs. She must be the beast of Willow Lake.
Yes.
She has 2 legs. Slay
And her
her.
name's Eileen. Yeah, she can regrow limbs, obviously.
Because she's a herbalist.
No, because her name's Eileen. She should be leaning with one leg.
We're doing that again. So, so you see a fierce-looking young woman with long blonde hair and deep green eyes. Her arms are covered in intricate coiling tattoos, and she makes no effort to hide them. If her sleeves kind of roll back or fall back, she doesn't try to cover them up whatsoever. She's toiling away in her garden.
Are her tattoos a mark that we would recognize? Or do we need to
make a
song and culture it?
Yeah, song and culture. That's it. Lore, song, culture.
Song and tale. I think culture's more communicating, whereas song and tale is like the songs that the bards told you with the.
Sure, I like that. Songs and tales.
Is there a difficulty?
No.
Can we all roll that one,
Yeah,
or no?
Oh yeah, you all can.
What test is there? What is that?
Song and tales under lore. Gandrel.
I am just not going to roll anymore tonight.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I think isn't it 50%? It's based on a 50-50 chance of rolling a 50 for success. I think on the skills. Then of course that number goes up.
Did you want to try Tobold, or you're not too concerned with
No, not with that. He wouldn't understand that kind of stuff, like magical, intricate tattoos.
Yeah, so Mornine, you are aware that is a sign that herbalists will often have. They'll typically mark their bodies in such a manner, in such a way. And as you're staring at them and studying them, she looks up and notices you, and she's like, "It's not polite to stare. Can I help you?"
Just I've never met one mark such as you yet before. I've heard stories.
Well,
my name's Mornine. I'm the niece of Nevin. We're here about that and about the beast, quote unquote. She makes air quotes.
Oh, the beast. You're here to slay that thing, huh?
I mean, first I want to find out what it is.
Listen, I don't know, but I know there's something out there that is killing livestock and people. That coward Wulfric sent Eamon out there, and Eamon's death is on his head for doing so. He's a coward, and these people blindly follow him and love him. But he's an insufferable boor.
Do you think that Nevin accompanied Eamon on that day that he went out looking for it? 'Cause I can't find him either.
No, I don't believe so. Eamon didn't have too many. He didn't know Nevin very well. I don't see why the two of them would have set out together.
Did Eamon had a friend with hunting dogs?
Yeah, Padrick. They typically went out together. Quite often, he'd go along with Eamon on his patrols. He saved him when he was a boy. They're quite close, the two of them.
Oh god, I bet that's an excellent tale.
Yeah, you'd have to.
So do you grow herbal medicines, or are these for cooking?
Yes, they are herbal medicines. Are you in need of some?
At this point in time, no, but quite possibly we will be.
Do you grow any of the more recreational type of herbs?
She goes, "No, I'm sure you could find those growing naturally in the woods."
Is there no pipe weed in this world?
Yeah, isn't that from Lord of the Rings? Is it?
I have a pipe, and it's something gets smoked in it.
No Bert the Ogre in this game. Maybe we'll add Bert.
It's tobacco.
Just tobacco, not the wacky type. So she goes, yeah. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if this is tied to the halfling's husband. But I know
he has a name.
Okay, what? I apologize. That's right. You were related to.
Only by marriage. Only by marriage.
Oh, right. What was his name? Archibald?
Archie.
Hmm.
Call him. Archibald is what we would call him when he's old.
All right. Well, I don't
Oh,
know if
dead.
this is tied to what happened to Eamon or not. I just know that coward Wulfric and Eamon had several arguments from time to time about what a warden's duties should entail, and
Oh.
he even threatened to dismiss him from the position at one point. He was overworked by the Thane, and he forced him to take unnecessary risks, which I think ultimately led to his doom.
Was traditionally the warden's role here more of a caretaker of the lands kind of role? Watch out for bears in the forest kind of thing?
It was. But the Thane has pushed him. Wulfric, I refuse to even refer to him as Thane. Wulfric has pushed him more and more, telling him it was his duty, and she air quotes that. So, with that, she says, "Is there anything else I can do for you?"
Do you have anything that might help us avenge, the previous warden?
Are you looking for some herbs?
You tell me. I don't know much about these herbs. What would you recommend we take?
What do you have with you, sir? What do you carry on yourself? What might you need that you are lacking?
A sword and a bow?
Is that all you have? No. Is it? I don't know.
I have a healer's kit.
There you go.
I have a healer's kit. Is there anything you can give me to help augment that?
She thinks about it. Let me see. No, not that I know of. I can get you some healing salve. Be used with when you bandage up a wound. That can help with speeding up any injuries if you're going to go out there and hunt this supposed beast. But that is about all.
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to have some of that.
She just gives it to you. She goes, here you go. This is the least I can do, and gives you a jar of healing salve.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very good. Well, I'll be back to tending to my garden here. But if you need anything else, don't hesitate to stop by if you're looking into Eamon and what happened to him. I'd be happy to help.
We appreciate it.
So she goes back to tending to her garden.
Did we lose the card? Can we make it to Eamon's house? Or should we just go out to his friends by the mill? Were they by the mill? His cabin by the mill?
Yeah, his friend is over by the sawmill. He's got a shack. Or there's, Eamon's house if you want to go there and look for any clues or signs. To his disappearance.
Okay.
You want to head over there?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Yes.
So he lives in the warden's house that was granted to the current acting warden. So if you guys are successful in your your quest. This will be your house one day. It's a simple
Ooh,
house
nice.
near the western gate of town.
Shotgun top bunk.
You get to the door and you go to test it, and it's unlocked. It swings open easily. You can see the house is obviously now empty, but it has definitely been ransacked. There is just stuff strewn about everywhere. So it looks like someone has been here and they were looking for something at some point.
Okay, this doesn't look good.
This guy needs a housekeeper.
Or he needs to fire the one he has. All right. Let's see what skills I have.
What do you think they were looking for, and who do you think was he?
I don't know, but it can't be important because they didn't clean up after themselves, almost like they didn't care about being caught. Not saying I have an experience with breaking and entering, covering tracks or anything, but they must have been in a rush.
We should
Well, they
probably
didn't
go.
care.
We should probably go see his friend, see if Eamon had any enemies in this town.
That could be. I'm going to look around to see if I notice anything.
Yeah, you
Oh,
start
look at
looking
that.
around, and you hear cooing of a bird. It looks to be like a large carrier pigeon. It looks like it's flown in from a tiny opening in the roof, from what you can tell, and it rests quietly on one of the ceiling beams, and it doesn't seem to be disturbed whatsoever by
All right.
your presence.
No one move. No one move.
And
So I get Weasel out and tell him to capture the bird.
Weasel?
Yeah, that's my ferret. My
I know,
highly
to eat the
intelligent
bird?
ferret. To capture it so it doesn't fly away. If it has to get bitten and killed, I mean,
Well,
That's what
the
happens.
pigeon, as you guys are staying around, you notice it there. It seems to have a very calm demeanor.
it's gonna have a dead demeanor after this.
And
Weasel
with your
gets swallowed up.
perception, you also notice that there's a small piece of parchment tied to one of its legs.
Oh, yeah, he needs to get that pigeon.
So you're just going to take your ferret out and not throw it up at the ceiling?
No, I'm gonna point at it. He's a highly intelligent ferret. It says so right on the sheet.
Can okay.
He can hunt.
Yeah.
He has
What's-
to eat too.
What's your weasel's name and what?
His name is he's a ferret and his name is Weasel.
Yeah. That's the computer.
He's a ferret. His name is Weasel.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ferrets do eat birds.
Yes, they do. So yeah, you let Weasel go, and it's sitting there looking at you as you're telling it what to do, and it scurries off, and it goes to one of the beam where the beam hits the wall, connects to the wall, and it's a wooden kind of like pillar, and it starts scurrying up the pillar and up onto the ceiling beam, and you can see as it's getting closer, the pigeon starts to get agitated and starts fluttering around.
Critical fail. The weasel eats the mess.
So, I don't know. You want your weasel to make an attack roll? Do you want to kill this pigeon?
No, I just want him to hold him, like get a hold of it. Bring him to me.
Well, the pigeon is getting quite startled, and it's starting to flutter around the house now. With this
Okay,
a natural
I
predator.
raise my hand and put out my finger for the bird to land on.
The natural predators.
Oh, we got Snow White with us now. He puts his finger out, and he's gonna come to him.
If it's a trained bird,
This
it
is
should be
against
looking for a
Darkmaster,
perch.
not a Disney movie.
Snow White.
Screw it, I'll pull out my bow then.
Yeah, Snow White and the Seven Fumbles.
I think the pigeon would have landed on the finger.
I'm actually going to say it is, because it is a trained carrier pigeon. So he holds out his hand and it lands on his finger, and it just stays there on your finger, but it is agitated because there's this ferret,
He was about to get murdered.
a natural predator coming after it after its master's like, hey, go get this thing and eat it. Make sure he doesn't run away. Oh, that's great. All right, so the pigeon's on your finger.
I pull off the message, hand it to Dobald, and I say, I think he wanted this.
So you hand it to Tobald, and you you unravel it. It says, "It's as we feared. Don't go. Wait for me." And then the letter N. Mornine and Gandril, you both immediately recognize Nevin's handwriting.
Yes. So, I mean, what's going on, guys? What's going on?
I'll put it in there.
My uncle sent this letter to Eamon, and now he's missing too.
Okay.
I hope that the hunter knows something. Eamon's friend, the hunter, who I can never remember his name.
He's not a hunter. Padrig
Pedrig.
is also.
Oh, he is
known
hunting
as-
dogs. Scary
He's got-
dogs?
yes, he is hunting dogs.
Hunting
Scaredy
dogs.
cats.
Oh yeah.
He's also
That
known
are
as.
scared of a weasel.
He's also been referred to as One Hand Padrig,
Oh.
but you've been told he was Eamon's best friend.
Don't ask him to draw a bow, is what you're saying.
Huh. Listens with his mouth. So you guys continue to search the rest of the house for clues, and that's all you found. But it was a dun 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 clue that you found.
Yeah, that's a pretty good clue.
Despite trying to murder the bird.
I was trying to feed Weasel.
Weasel, yes.
I mean, you still can.
It's the circle of life.
Yeah, Gandril can, hand it to you.
Why would you name a ferret after its own kind?
He
The
calls
weasel.
it because that's what he used to be. Tobal was kind of weaselly and everything. Parents gave him a ferret to remind him of his whole life.
They were right. It fits you well.
Marsh Louise.
A ferret is a kind of weasel, isn't it?
Yes.
I like the same
Yeah, it's like,
species.
yes, it is. All right, so you guys leave the house. What would you like to do?
So they should have named the ferret Tobal. I've been Tobald and Tobald.
That could, yeah. I mean, that could have worked too.
Guys, do you want to? We have two options here. We could put another note back on this bird and try and send it back off to
Oh yeah, and see where it goes.
to your uncle here, and yeah, it might not get to him, but if it does,
Maybe that's why the window is open on his tower.
Oh, look at it, the deduction.
By the two that know him best.
I guess it's okay for my ferret's stomach not to be full.
what should we write on the note we're going to send back?
Oh, I don't know.
Jonas says hi in the chat. Sorry. Hi.
Where can we meet you?
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, what do you guys want to write?
It's
Where can we meet? Or
It's Gandril and Mornin. Where can we meet?
There you go.
And maybe add the date.
Yeah.
okay.
Do you need
Yeah.
Do you need some ink?
No, I've got plenty all over my boots.
Don't ask.
Yeah, we'll find something to write that out. A piece of charcoal or whatever.
Yeah, you can easily find writing apparatus here. There'll be a quill and inkwell here.
A non-pigeon quill.
Yeah. You guys can find something to write that on there. So you put the note on there and you, I don't know, open the door and just release the pigeon?
Yep.
Yeah, and see which way it flies. As
Okay.
the pigeon flies.
The pigeon flies north of town
Ooh.
towards the...
I know who
Maybe
could
it's
track it.
actually going to... Whoa. Can a weasel track it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, a bird would fly pretty quickly, but weasel's very smart.
It's smart, but slow with his stocky little legs.
He's not a fat weasel.
Ferrets have tiny little legs.
They do have short legs.
Just move them really fast. All right, perhaps we should head over to Pedrig's house and see what he knows.
Yeah. So you guys leave Eamon's house, and you're at the west gate there, and you ask the guards at the gate, "Hey, where can we find the old sawmill?" And they give you directions. It's just outside of town, and it's not hard to see. It's very hard to miss because it's a large building surrounded by logs that have been dragged there from the nearby forest.
Say, is it clear-cut forest or something there?
Nearby, yeah, there is. So you guys, it's about midday at this point. You guys make your way out, and as you get closer, the sawmill's actually bustling with activity. It's a work day, and people are there cutting logs and preparing them to be sent down the river. You guys do see an attached small cabin / shack watching next to the facility, which through description of people in town, it must be Padraig's hovel that he lives in. You don't see anybody from outside, but you do see 2 hounds sleeping at the door of the shack.
Okay. Also, Weasel's real name is Raffles.
Oh, is it? We're gonna stick with Weasel now.
Yeah, because he is a ferret,
Yeah, that's fine.
but I call him Weasel.
Good.
I like it.
Me too.
Yeah, so you guys spot the shack, and there's two hounds sleeping out front. What would you like to do?
These are the famous mean hounds, right?
Yeah.
Dog and cat.
I mean, I'm standing behind you guys as you want to approach.
You're gonna sit
Athelstain,
Weasel
you
on
look like you like dogs. Why don't you go open?
I have my sling out.
I don't know, what would it be like animal handling? What is that?
I thought I saw something on him.
Let me see here. I got my
Is it
character
an
sheet.
adventure?
I'm looking under
Nature?
nature.
Yeah, I got a 5 in that.
Roll
Me
it. It's
too.
a standard nature test.
Wisdom.
You can do
So I'll approach. I'll have my great axe out, just holding it casually.
Oh,
but I wanted it
okay.
ready. Yeah, I'm not holding it through. I'm just holding it in one hand and
This
kind of keeping
reminds
it
me
at
of
my
the fish-
side
the fish
as I
hooks.
approach. Yeah, fish hooks. Approach and are the dogs awake?
As you get closer, they open their eyes and they look at you, and they start to let out like a whimper as you get closer. And
Like, it's okay, boys. And I'm good. Try to walk, but keep my hand under their head so it's not threatening.
as you get closer and closer,
Is
they start barking.
partial.
barking, but they're backing away like they're afraid. They're not standing their ground. They're backing away and they're barking. So the barking, all of a sudden, with the
Rolled a 95.
partial success. So they're not scared of you, but these are also very skittery dogs. So with that, the door opens, and a lean, red-haired man with a long mustache and a stump where his left hand should be opens the door and he's, keep it down, Shadow and Lucky. You're always barking at nothing. And then all of a sudden he catches a glimpse of the four of you saying,
Lucky, huh?
What, who are you?
I am Athelstan the Black.
What do you want at my shack?
I turn and look at the others.
We're looking for info on your friend, the current warden of
Aemon.
With that,
Aemon. We're looking for Aemon. We're trying to find out what happened to him. We were just at his house, and it looked like it was a little bit messy.
I was gonna say his name is right on the board there. Aemon's house.
Yeah. Oh well.
With that, his head sinks down, and you can see that he's visibly shaken, and he stands aside and Aemon, yeah. What do you want to know about him?
Well, we could start with, do you know where he is?
He says, no, nobody knows where he is. Yeah. I was the last man who he spoke to that evening. He stopped by my cabin for a drink. He left early, saying he had something to check on out by the lake, and I offered to help him, but no, he insisted on going alone, saying it was nothing to worry about.
Well, do you know who might have been the last decorator of his house? It looks like it was turned over.
What? No? This is news to me.
Did Aemon have any enemies in town?
All I know is...
Surely the warden wasn't friends with everybody.
Or did he owe anybody some debts he couldn't pay?
No, he was well liked by everyone. It was just him and the Thane never seemed to get along.
That's what we're hearing.
Arguments, and he tried pushing him, getting him to do more than he really should have. Threatened firing him from time to time. Yeah, that would be the only one who I'd say is his enemy. Do you think it was his men that ransacked his house?
We're here to ask you. We don't have the foggiest. We just got here.
I don't know.
Anything's possible at this point in time, right? But it looks like you had his confidence, you and Aemon. Did you go on lots of hunting trips together?
I accompanied him. He saved my life. When I was a very young man, I injured myself, and he holds up his stump. Injured myself in a woodcutting accident. He saved my life. Carried me on his back to the nearest farm, and where my wounds were tended to. We were inseparable ever since then. You don't know what this disappearance of Aemon has done to me. I just stay in my shack all the time, and I rarely leave. I don't want to face whatever's out there. I hear strange noises coming from the woods at night from my cabin. My dogs have been nervous, often barking at nothing. They won't follow me into the forest when I go there.
Well, you've had bad experience in the forest, right?
Yes, indeed.
Probably why they won't follow you in there. See that stump.
How long ago did you
happened?
start hearing these noises and whatnot?
Well, I don't know. Well, it was actually the night of his disappearance. I heard those noises. Dogs won't go near the forest since then. I don't know what they've caught whiff of, but there's something out there that spooked them.
And generally, they don't spook easy?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but something in that they would accompany me into the woods previously. But ever since those noises, they get close and they just turn tail and run.
Okay.
Is there anything else I can help you fellas with? Like I said,
You have,
he was
you have
heading for the
no
lake.
idea what he might have been doing out in the by the lake, eh?
No, I don't know. Like I said, I offered to go with him, and he wouldn't let me accompany him that night.
All right. Well, thanks anyway. I got nothing else.
Yeah, good luck.
We shall bring you answers if we can.
Thank you. I'd prefer if you brought me my friend back.
Wouldn't we all?
Kind of a jerk thing to say. Wouldn't we all? So long, sucker.
All right, guys. We've been around town. Made it to the 4 places we were looking to dig into. I think, should we go end our day here checking at the longhouse, seeing what our current Thane knows of what's going on?
That or we could check the woods.
Your guys' call.
Yeah, I'd say let's go visit the Thane.
Go to the Thane. Go back to the village. It is getting later in the day, so you can always head back. You do have free room and board at the Dancing Trout.
If the Thane will even see us.
Yeah. So you guys head
Fine,
back.
visit it.
Like I said, it's not far.
I don't think we want to head to the woods and the lake at this time of day anyways, so
Right.
no reason not to head back into choir quarters for the night.
So you guys head back to Willow Lake, and yeah, it's late afternoon, early evening at this point, and you make your way to the longhouse. It's erected atop of a small hill around which this town was built. So it's an imposing structure and higher than everything else here. Its great hall is surrounded by a low timber stockade and guarded day and night by Wulfric's men. You approach the door and you ask for an audience with Wulfric, and they look at each other and they go, "Oh, it's too late in the day. The Thane will not see you."
And why not?
Like I said, it's too late in the day. Come back tomorrow, and perhaps he'll grant you an audience.
But we had an appointment with him at this period and this time.
Are you gonna try and persuade them?
Yep, I'm gonna use deceive.
Come on, Tobo.
Hopefully to good success.
If you want to fail, I can roll it.
He's not wrong. Oh, the cheap pen I got in a Christmas cracker just broke. Shocking.
Oh, look at that.
Partial success. Okay. They say, "All right, come on in." That they must have told the last shift about this. Come on in, and we will.
I'll wink at them and say, "Let's go." Come on.
You can come to the waiting room, and we will gather the Thane to come meet with you.
Thank
you. So you're brought in, and the interior is decorated with large tapestries bearing what you assume is the insignia of the Thane. It's a rampant hound depicting his ancestors' deeds. You guys are brought to the receiving room, and it's a large room filled with tables and chairs, and at the far end there's a big wooden throne, and you're left in here. And the guards go, we'll be right back. We'll gather the Thane, and he will be back for his meeting. We apologize for making you wait.
Wow, who does this guy think he is? Look at this. Look at all this stuff he has. I'm talking to my compatriot.
Like out of character. Is the Thane like appointed lands? Like is he under a king or something, or is just like?
I'm gonna
I think
say
he's over a region.
I'm gonna say I
Regions.
don't. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say he's appointed by the people of this land, and he looks over this tract of land.
If anybody would know, it's the Canadians, because we don't have things.
We don't have Thanes either. I like it though. I'll take it. I'll take it as a compliment. Go ahead.
Just curious.
If you're looking over the room, Tobald, right? And you're asking like who has this kind of wealth and stuff.
Yeah.
If you want, you can make me a songs and tales roll. Anybody who's looking over the room at a challenging, a -10.
Okay.
As you're looking around.
And what skill is this?
Songs and tales. Oh, what?
Yeah, that's right.
You nail it on this. Of all rolls.
I didn't even put in my bonus.
It was a negative, but still. So you're looking at the tapestries in here, and it depicts the tales of Willow Lake, the history of Willow Lake. And you see that the founding fathers were friends of the elves, which is uncommon. And that the first Thane was also the first warden. So there's almost like a tradition or a history here of the Thanes and being the wardens. So you learn this little tidbit, this nugget of history here. So there seems to be, there once was, or may even still be, a tie to the elves.
I feel like Gandrel, who I think may have had to step AFK, had mentioned that he was here kind of seeking a connection between the present, and the past.
Oh, did he step away? Do we have you here, Gandrel?
Because I believe he's elven in nature, half elf or elf.
Hello.
Hello. We may have just
Yeah,
uncovered something.
I
for your
am
quest.
Elvin.
Yeah.
I am Elvin, and trying to find out if this was historically a Elven stronghold.
I see. For what purpose, Gandrel?
He likes saying that name.
And what was his?
I want to find out the truth of Willow Lake and what it has to do with my people.
What was his coat of arms that was displayed on his tapestry
A
again?
rampant dog is the Thane's coat of arms.
That doesn't sound very elven.
No. Well, this would be the humans.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think with a critical success.
Well, you should roll again and get the actual answer right for the total.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll again, Tobald.
Okay.
Click that button, the critical success button there at the bottom.
Oops. I didn't put the previous thing in. Hold on. Dang it, I skipped over it. 2. Okay.
Holy crap.
You just crit again?
That's right. That's what I do. In combat,
230.
expect failure.
Keep going. It's an open. This is the open 100
is?
system. You just keep going, man.
Yeah.
It's only gonna answer like up to like 250 or something. I think.
No, I should get the answer to life itself now.
Yeah. I think they call it the open 100.
It just keeps going.
The die system.
outstanding.
263. Nice roll.
Holy,
I was able to fix my lockpicks.
holy man! You were able to decipher the whole history going on here. There's some hidden bits of history in these tapestries because this plays to the strengths of the humans, but there's definitely elven connections here. So you ascertain that this was once an elvish dale that they lived in, and it was led by a warrior wizard princess. Oh my goodness, how am I gonna Blathmaid? Elven for crowned with flowers. She was wise and powerful and proud, and yet gentle. The elves.
Can I be standing beside Tobald as he walks me through all of it?
Yes, he's like rattling this off. Sure.
It's like pointing at the tapestry, and then you see over here and over there.
I'm slack-jawed.
My voice changes into Morgan Freeman's voice as I grab all of this stuff.
So the Darkmaster and his horde sought the elven stone of Blathnaid, an amulet of great power. And
I feel like there needs to be a horse whinny whenever you say that name.
So the elves and the dwarves of the mountains banded together to face the hordes of the Darkmaster, orcs and red caps and trolls and Durgor.
Oh, red caps.
Yeah, well, yeah. So despite their courage, the forces of the Darkmaster were far too strong, and they ended up having to enlist the help of the men of the North. And that's how they got involved. She and it goes on to tell the story of how she Blathnaid one night before the last battle used her sorcery to slip through the ranks of the besieging army of the Darkmaster. She seduced the general on that side, the dark mage known as Saparat. I can't pronounce that. She promised him whoever she knew was infatuated of her to surrender him the elven stone, become his betrothed, if he will have spared the lives of the people of this vale. So the evil dark mage pretended to accept the deal, meaning to betray the pact later, but he was tricked himself instead. So when he was asleep, the plan was set in motion. And it goes on to tell how they paired with men, and they ended up giving this glade, the woods, the lake, and the surrounding area for the woads and men of the North to watch over and look after. And the elves ended up leaving this area.
Okay. And I remember this all from Song and Tale.
Yeah. So there's more there.
Moist.
I can send you nailed this, so I will send you. We can do this off stream. I'll send you a ton of information on the history, because with the 230 or whatever you rolled, you going through the tapestries, you've uncovered this secret history underlying before man. That's crazy. 230. Get out of here.
263.
Oh, 263. Sorry. Outstanding success. I bet you wish you had rolled that when you were looking for something in the house and spilling ink.
Yeah, right. No, that was. Breaking my tools. Probably would have.
I would have been happy with a double-digit roll, not a 7.
7. Why don't we, at this point, you guys want to take a quick break here, and for 5 minutes, and we'll come back and we'll pick up for the tail end.
Okay.
We'll come back.
How long are we going then?
I'm trying to think. Don't we normally go for another hour? I'm trying to think.
Yeah, we normally go to about 11.
Yeah.
Let's go for another hour.
We might end before that. I don't know if
I
we're
know
going to
you
go all
said
the way
you
to
weren't.
11, but we'll take a quick 5-minute, 10-minute break here to use the washrooms and get ourselves another drink and such. So we'll be right back.
Bye.
Hello, people.
Hello, we're
What's
back.
up?
I just unmuted us. All right, we're talking about video games. All right, we're back for the tail end of our adventure this week. So we're waiting for the Thane. Tobold had just uncovered a massive chunk of history of this area with his insane roll on songs and tales.
That's what I do.
That's what he does. That and scare birds with his ferret.
Yes, I do. That too.
So you guys are waiting. You wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It seems like an eternity. You're like, in your minds, you're convinced you've been here for like an hour, but it's been about 50 minutes, which is quite long. And then suddenly the Thane bursts in the room with a couple of guards. He goes, What is this? We did not have an appointment. What are you doing here?
I look over my shoulder. Got some questions for him, don't you?
We got an early morning and figured we better talk to you tonight. Been going around town checking on your various people here. What did you know of E01 and what was going on with him? Do you know where he might have gone?
No, I just... there's a rumor that he went up by the lake. That's all I've heard, and then he's disappeared.
Did you know of anybody in town who might not have been getting along with him?
No, he wasn't doing what he was being told by the Thane. That's for sure. So I was annoyed with him at times. I don't know if you're aware of the history of this region, but it was once belonged to the elves.
Oh.
Tobal, do you want to give him a history lesson?
Trust me, I'm very well versed in the songs of the bards and tales of this land.
Well, then you're aware of Blaithnade, the elven
Yes.
warrior, wizard, princess who resided here. I believe that her tomb is somewhere in this valley, and within it houses a very strong magical artifact. And I asked E01 to help me in the task of finding this thing, but he refused. He refused.
Why would he refuse you, my thing?
He did not believe in the stories and the tales.
Was that all of it? He just didn't believe in the story, so he wouldn't look into it for you?
No, he said
Seems like a pretty strong...
He said
Reaction.
there was greater things to keep his time than searching for old stories and fairy tales. I'm a bit of a history buff myself, and I sometimes can get carried away with such tales.
What was taking so much of his time?
There's been rumors of people and scouts seen north of here, near the mountains, and it is feared that they belong to the Darkmaster.
So you have potentially, minions of the Dark Master here, and you're wanting him to find an old grave?
Like I said, I get carried away with old tales, and you're right. You're right. There was more important things at hand. As the new wardens of Willow Lake, it is something you could look into. There's going to be 4 of you now. Perhaps you could split your duties.
Before we get to that, have you had anybody over at E01's house of late? We're trying to figure out whereabouts that is.
Eamon's house? No, I haven't. Why?
Oh, just trying to figure out our new digs.
Oh, right. Yes, the warden's house is located over by the west gate. You can find it there, and once you're successful in your task of the slaying of the beast of Willow Lake, then that will be your residence.
Can I scrutinize that, see if he's telling me the truth there?
What, if that's going to be your house?
No, if
All
he
of it.
hasn't had anybody over.
Yeah, go for it.
Guy's not trustworthy.
Scrutinize, huh?
I don't know. That's Zweihander coming out of me.
Yeah, I know, right?
Looking for what I should actually.
Perception, I guess.
Probably perception, yeah. I was looking
Got a-
earlier too.
Got a difficulty level?
Yeah, I'm gonna make it a -10. You don't.
I am on fire here, guys.
You know, normally with Erg, you're killing it with your rolls in a good way, but here, not so much. Okay. He goes, yes. It's that'll be your residence. But for the time being, you have room and board at the Dancing Trout Inn.
Nobody else wants to see if he's telling me the truth here, right?
I do.
Okay. Yeah, it appears that he is telling the truth. But with that, you're looking at him, you're studying his mannerisms, and it appears he's telling the truth.
I let me talk to my compatriots here. Could you give us a little privacy?
No, you can be going. We don't have an appointment here, if you remember.
Are you sure we don't have an appointment? Did you check your calendar? Why don't you go check your calendar?
No, I'm quite aware, and I'm gonna have a discussion about this with my guards when you're gone. So I'd say we're done. And he turns to leave.
Pretty hard way to treat your new wardens, eh?
Yeah.
You're not my wardens yet.
Well,
And
do we really want to be being treated like this?
like I said, you did not have an appointment. You lied to my guards and you tricked them into coming in here.
Who? No. I mean, did you hear me? I didn't lie to you.
I'm going to retire for the night. Stop by tomorrow and we can discuss things further.
It's not even dark.
It's like 5:36 at this point.
So not even dark.
So he turns and he leaves. His two guards remain staring at you and they start to usher you out. Why would you lie to us? Why? Do you know what he's gonna do to us?
Tell you some of his boring stories, history stories. That's the
wish
punishment.
I wish that was the worst of it. Now get going. And they usher you out of the longhouse.
Please tell us what would happen if we disobeyed our new lord here. We kind of need to know that.
They ignore your comments and they kick you out.
Direct.
Note to self: get better guards.
So
We may need guards before this is done.
you guys make your way back to the Dancing Trout Inn, where you're greeted by the Niall, the innkeeper again. Oh, you're back! Oh, what can I get you, fellas? Oh, let me get you some food. And before you can even answer, because he's always in a rush and a hurry, he scuttles back and he comes back and throws plates down in front of all of you.
Oh, good man. Good man.
What did you find out? What did you find out, my friends?
No, it's we're still looking around. We don't want to cause panic, so let us finish our getting all the details.
We found you have a beautiful little town here.
Oh yes, you're right. You're right. So, did you find out what you're looking for?
Not yet.
You know, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I have any other information for you. I've just got old tales that my grandmother used to tell me.
Oh yeah. Why don't you share some of those? Seems like they're biting to get out of your mouth.
Well, you ever hear about the tale of the Woad Witches of the Woods?
I'll let you know shortly. Let me check my memory.
They say there were 3 beautiful witches of the Woad Road. Oh, look at you.
How you like that, huh?
You just keep nailing. You can click it again.
That's another roll again.
161. You have heard of the witches of the Woad Witches of the Woods. 3 beautiful witches of the Woad people made a deal with the Elven Queen, but then betrayed her, turning against her in the hour of need. So the Elven Queen cursed them, turning them into great poisonous spiders and forcing them to hide forever in the depths of the woods.
That's a great tale. It's possibly true.
Oh, and Niall goes, it just might be. People say there's a lot of strange things in those woods. I wouldn't go in there if I were you.
Oh, we're brave men.
Note to self: get a spider
name of
poison
the woods?
cure on the way out of town.
What's the name of the woods?
Bad place.
That's a good question. Let's see. Is there a name of the woods? There isn't. If we have real people in the chat, they can give us a name. Give us a name for the woods, and we will use that going forward. Real people of the chat. Oh, Devil Dog's in there. I know he's real. He'll give us a name. It's taking a while. Usually he's quick on this. Oh, there's also a 30-second delay.
That's right.
We need you, Devil Dog. Give us a name for these woods. In the meantime, we'll jump back here and I'll go back to the chat.
Supposed to be like
He also sits there and he goes, well, if you've heard of that one, let me see if you've heard this one, my little friend. There's a rumor that there's an ancient barrow just down south. Some say it holds the treasure of a lord of old, but I wouldn't go near it for all the gold in the world.
I haven't heard of that one. There's gold, huh?
That's what the rumors say. That's what old Grandmama used to tell me.
what's he scared of?
Ghosts, ghouls, things that go bump in the night. But I'm sure you're brave adventurers. You can handle that.
Speaking of going bump in the night, I feel like going for a walk when we're done having dinner here.
Do you trust the Thane?
Me?
Of course we don't.
He's a great man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I just want
Hey,
no.
I got one more for you. Listen to this. You wanna know about those woods? Another tale about those woods?
Go ahead.
They say there's some weird looking stones there in that forest. Stay away from them. I don't know who placed them there, but they're cursed. A friend of my grandmama's uncle touched them once on a dare. He touched them, and he died of dysentery that same year. Cursed, I tell you.
Could he have been drinking dirty water also?
No, he touched the cursed stones. Don't touch them.
The don't touch the dysentery.
Oh, Devil
sounds
Dog's
good.
gone. Yeah, you'll die.
I
of
imagine the
dysentery.
woods has a name.
The dysentery woods.
Yeah, the dysentery woods.
Yes.
It's where the stones are.
With that, he starts scuttling about the inn, serving other patrons.
You guys trust the Thane? I was getting a bad sense from the guy.
No, I don't trust him at all. I feel that the The warden, Eamon, was worried about what the thing was doing and had gone to my uncle to discuss it with him. That would explain the note. It is what we thought.
Right thinking. It's not getting my cousin or husband back. So we need to figure this out.
I also feel like that's this magic that's bringing the Darkmaster back here, even though I hesitate to even say his name.
That's a big, gigantic leap.
Well, it's one of the teachings when you're young is to be careful of what you're doing and who you do it in front of.
Okay. You think we should be investigating the Thane's house after dark? Maybe do a little investigation without him knowing?
B&E?
I think we might be able to. I think we need to see if we can find Eamon alive or my uncle alive.
I was thinking we might go back to Nevin's house this evening and see if we can get inside it.
I bet his door is sealed magically. I have no idea the spell, though.
Well, that's lovely then.
You can always climb up the outside again. Or smash the doors. That was the other thing.
That
Might be too
that
loud.
climbing is the only success I've had all night.
Yep. All right. So what do you guys want to do? We'll do one more thing and then we'll call it an evening.
All right. What do you think? Do you want to go? Do you want to go break into the longhouse?
Sounds like not a good idea.
Yeah, your GM also agrees. If you wanted this to come to an end quickly, go break into that longhouse.
It might be worth trying to get into the tower again, though.
Challenge accepted.
All right. Let's go back to the tower.
Okay. Yeah, you guys. It's nighttime. It's 8:00 at night, so it's dark out. Guards are walking around with torches. They're over by the east gate. There's a couple guards there with torches, and people are milling about. But most villagers are in for the night. So you guys make your way back to Nevin's tower, and it's just as you remembered it: the locked front door and some open windows up high.
Okay.
I'm actually going to cast a spell if I can.
Yeah. What are you gonna cast?
I'll have to make a roll for it, I guess, but I don't have
Yeah.
the chart set up for it, so we'll have to look up some numbers.
That's okay.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
On
Here, I
the
can
front
ping
door.
it to chat for you. It's actually on myself, and then within 3 meters of me or whatever.
3 meters.
Oh, anything within 15 meters, I can sense active magical effect. I don't even remember what the roll is on the lore.
I'm
Let me
going
roll
to
and see what happens.
the grimoire right now as well. A result of 56. That's not very good, is it?
And that's going to be, I think that's just above fail. I think 50 is an auto fail.
And what is this? What's it fall under? There's Elven and
Oh, this is a detection.
illusions.
There's a spell place. It's
I'm paging up furiously.
casting spells is on 62.
There we go. So you rolled a 56. It gives you a plus 20.
That's from my lore, the actual. So it's just like a skill. You have to level the skill up to use it. We can open and roll on the spellcasting table, adding their total skill bonus for the spell or used any modifier. The modified roll of 25 or less was on a critical spell failure. So yeah, I would have needed a.
I'm just reading through here as well.
I guess it goes off, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Doesn't fail. Because there's no effect against anyone or anything, really. It just happens. It doesn't fail.
But spellcasting roll. A roll of 26 or more means a spell was successfully cast and must be immediately resolved.
Yeah.
So you were successful. Because you rolled more than 26, right?
Yeah. And there was no save roll required because
No.
there was no one to save or whatever. And it wasn't an attack spell. Like an attack spell, you actually have to roll with a combat modifier bonus. So
Yeah, no, I agree. I would say, just reading the rules, that you were successful in casting this spell. And how
the only
many
thing you have to
meters?
really worry about is if you roll doubles on the die, you have to roll because you might have attracted the attention of the Darkmaster.
15 meters?
Yeah, 15-meter radius.
Like 50 feet.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
You can detect magic inside the house. But
I actually had asked in Discord, and concentration is I have to spend every action like concentrating on it to keep it going.
Oh, okay.
For the duration of it, which I might as well do because I'm not really doing anything else.
Okay. Yeah, you can sense some magic coming from the house. It doesn't pinpoint, does it? I'm just gonna read the spell.
No, it doesn't.
So there is the presence of magic in the house. Yes, you do sense it.
You would actually have to learn. You would actually have to spend additional mana points to increase the weave to pinpoint it to within 1.5 meters. But so my suspicions are correct. There is some magic going on here at the tower. Uncle is wise.
Okay.
Okay. So you got a locked door in front
I
of you.
think we're gonna have to climb.
Who wants to climb again?
I went up once. Can I get a bonus on knowing how to get up there?
What, knowing the footing and all that?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll give you like a +10.
Nice.
Sure.
Don't forget to take the rope.
Yes.
I think
So
with the
what do I
rope
do?
we can learn to do assist mechanics, and you can try and assist others up the rope.
Giving him a boost.
So I put it to help +10.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Anyone else want to actually try and help me up?
Nope.
Well, is there a way to do such?
You were successful. So he
I'm
scurries
up.
back up. And what, do you want to tie the rope to something and
So,
drop
to
it
do a
down?
help roll, you have to make the same roll with the same applicable skill. And then down at the bottom where it tells you what the bonus would be, that's what they would get to add
Yeah,
or subtract from their roll.
but he was successful.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, if he wants to assist people as coming up with the rope or
So you
Do you
get
guys-
up there, Gandrel, and it's
Any of you
pretty
want to
dark.
come up with me?
Yeah, I'm definitely going up.
Tobold scurries up. Are you securing the rope to the large desk or something in the room, or the door?
Yeah,
handle, the door of the other end of the room.
I tie it to something.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. You can secure it there. So Tobold, because there's a rope, I'm gonna let you just scurry up it. You're not using you're not trying to climb this thing. So anybody who wants to follow up there can.
we might as well do it.
My secret shame's about to come out here.
So you guys all get up there. It's pretty dark. There's a little bit of the moonlight shining in, and you see like a desk that is kind of in the middle of the room, and you see a large table covered in maps, and there's ink just like all over it, spilt all over the maps.
He was
Well, that's
really
a bad place to spill some ink, eh?
Very.
I thought you were gonna go another direction with that.
Bad pigeon.
The same guys that ransacked the other house must have been here.
Well, there's through what
We lost you there for most of that.
I just said. There's the door I couldn't get through earlier. What do you guys want to do?
And why can you get through this door?
I tried it and it was locked earlier. Anybody have lock picks?
Mine broke. I'll try the door though, just to see if I can open.
Yeah, you try and it won't budge.
Yep, and I don't have any lock picks.
No, you don't. You broke those.
Yeah. So I'm unsure how.
I'm assuming Athelstane is the by far largest person in our group.
Probably.
What do you-
Speak, friend, and enter.
What do you think? Want to put a shoulder to it?
I can attempt to. What do I roll on that?
You want to try and break the door down?
I think it's athletics, right?
Yeah, you can do the athletics. So you can try and use your weapon to just hack and smash it to pieces.
Yeah, I've got a great axe. I mean,
Go for it. All right. Oh, stepping away. I thought
see,
that
let
would
me find it.
cut. 85 result 109. All right. I'll say with that, you bury your axe in there and it starts to splinter, and you can hit it a few more times and it just breaks apart. And it opens up to a stairwell, a spiral stairwell leading down to the base of the tower.
All right, I'm going down.
Okay. Yeah. Let's so you go down and you go to the what would be the second floor. And doesn't seem to be much here. It's just like tables and chairs and personal things placed about. This place is not ransacked. It doesn't look like anybody's been here. It looks like whoever was here just kind of just up and left in a hurry because everything's left kind of undisturbed. But whatever they were doing in that moment in time is still laying about.
What do you think? Everybody roll perception.
I suppose so.
Sure.
Any modifier there, Matt?
No, go ahead and just roll it straight up. Athelstane. Partial success. Oh, and I think Tobold had just stepped away. Yeah, so you guys search all 3 floors, you search the house, and nothing really stands out. Other than it was just like left abruptly. So no one's been here, no one has come in and searched around for something other than whatever took place on that top floor where things spilt everywhere and
the information that we were looking for is covered by ink.
A desk was pushed about. You do find up on the 3rd floor when you're looking around though, there was that bookshelf and you find 4 books on it. The titles of which here, I'll put these in the chat. They are in various languages though. Insignia of the 9 Kingdoms, which is in High Manish.
I don't know that I ever... Oh, we just speak our kin language?
I believe so. Canticle.
I don't know that languages are covered anywhere.
I don't remember seeing them covered anywhere. Canticle of the Flower Crowned Queen in Elvish. The Warden's Doom in Common and Manish. You guys would speak Common then, I would assume. And Tower in the Reeds, Star Elvish. So you find those 4 books on his shelf that stand out.
I mean, I'm a dusk elf. Can I glean anything from the 2 elven ones?
You can skim them, but to fully understand the tales within, you would have to takes up to 2d10 hours to read through each book.
Ooh.
So you can sit there and do that if you want, but you flip through it, nothing really stands out.
Okay.
You can
Well, these books look boring. Maybe my dad would like it.
2d10. I'll tell you how many hours. It'll take you 6 hours. That was a 2d10. Wow. Take 6 hours to read one book, and 18 hours to read the other one. It's much longer.
So, I'm assuming elves barely sleep. Am I wrong on that in this, or?
I didn't read too much in the kin because we were using the pre-gens, so I'm no.
They
Yeah.
trance. I'm pretty sure they trance. They don't have to fully sleep. They can like get a full night's worth of rest for a little amount of time. I think that's one of your
Guess
Ken
I'll-
background things.
I'll do the smaller one, I guess, tonight.
Okay. So you guys are gonna retire back to the Dancing Trout Inn for the evening.
Yeah, I think that's about right. Anyone else got anything to do here?
You guys are able to leave Nevin's tower through the front door. You unlock it and you're able to just walk out.
Can we lock it back after we leave?
No, the turnkey would be on the inside. If someone wants to climb up a window, you could.
It only seems right to lock my friends.
You are on the ground floor. The shutters are shut. You can open the shutter and open a window and climb out on the ground floor now and not have to scale the building through the open window.
Yeah, I'm assuming the shutters were locked from the inside as
Yeah.
well.
Yep, so you can open them up now and climb out a window and
Yeah, then the shutter will be unlocked.
yeah. It's your choice. What's the lesser of two evils? I don't know. Or do you want to climb down a tower again and there's a chance to be
We have-
spotted?
We have the rope. I'm going to climb out.
Okay. All right.
Need me to?
Nope. Okay. You climb out. And you guys retire to the Dancing Trout Inn for the evening. You have a second supper. And we'll leave off there. And we'll pick up next week. As you guys, I'm assuming, set off to go find the Beast of Willow Lake.
Nice.
Very good. Very good.
Wes, this sheet is awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
Amazing work, Wes.
Thank you.
On this character sheet. It's unbelievable. Can't give you enough love and kudos for the hard work you did on building this. I'll put it up on the screen here again.
Yes, thank you very much.
This thing
You're
is
welcome.
so good. It works so well.
Well, when I get it finished, it'll be even better.
Stats, tabs, difficulties. He's got it all on here. Programmed. It does the heavy lifting for the players and the GM. It's amazing. Amazing.
Beats up. Nice.
And this was I was saying on the break, I'm having a lot of fun running this. This is very cool so far what we've experienced. I like the open-ended dice with the failing up and failing down to the successes and degrees that we have. And hopefully we'll see that continue next week, and maybe we'll get a chance to see a little bit of combat next week and how that works in this, because it is very different from anything we've played on the channel yet. But with that, thank you for everybody for tuning in. Thank you to the devs. Nick was in here with us briefly. I know he couldn't stick around. He's really under the weather, so I was pleasantly surprised to see that he joined us for a little while. That's awesome. Thank you guys. We've had amazing support from the developers and awesome communication. I'm going to post links to their website where you can download this free playtest. And I'm also going to post links to the Discord where you can come in there and join the chat because they're always on and they answer any questions immediately right away. So thank you again, everybody who tuned in and joined us. Thank you, Wes. I can't thank you enough for building this character sheet. And thank you to the developers for all the support. We'll be back next week and have a happy new year, everyone.
Thanks, dude.